Welcome to American Flight Airways TV. In today's episode, we'll be covering how to select a flight from the website and then how to log that flight manually using the pilot reporting function. So first thing you're going to want to do is be logged in. So we are logged in here on the website. This is the home page. And if you want to take a look at flights, you'll link your flights together, so you always got to start where you left off. But if you go to the dispatch section and go to schedules, now on this screen you'll see it says schedule search. You've got the select an airline. There's two options. You've got the American Flight Airways and AFA charter. The charter system is how you would log a charter. Otherwise it's just American Flight Airways, and that'll get you to all the tables. Aircraft type, I usually leave this at all, since the way the system looks up the flights, it doesn't list every particular aircraft for a particular flight in all regards, so you may be limiting your options available to you if you end up switching this to a particular aircraft type. So now when we get to the select departure field, if we hit search right now, it'll pull up every single flight in the network at this point in time. But if we go to the select departure field here and click on this, you got a drop down where you can go select the airfield, or in an easier fashion you can just type it in. So we'll be using YBHM, or Yankee Bravo Hotel Mike today. That is Hamilton Island Airport. So we're going to hit enter on that. It'll close that. If you have a particular airfield you're trying to get to that you know is directly from the airfield you're leaving, you can enter that here. Otherwise, leave it as all and hit search. Now you notice there are 4 flights available out of this particular airport. It will list departure, or it'll list information about this flight. So you've got equipment recommended. Now this is just how it is filed. If it says equipment here, you can change this to any equipment that you'd like that is within the category listed. So this says Category 3 Australia, so any of the Category 3 aircraft would suffice for this route. So it would be the 717, 737, and so on. That is pilot's discretion. Of course, make sure that the aircraft can handle the location. So we're going to do this one here, Yankee Bravo Hotel Mike to Yankee Bravo Bravo November. Now if you click on that, it'll bring up information, so you can see departure, arrival, and you've got the route map as well. There's just shows a direct line. You will have to look up your route information here in a little bit. To resubmit that. So that was the details. You can either click on the number here or the view details section. Now the pilot brief. This will bring up a briefing. You can enter information here, and then it can generate a sim brief. You do have to have a sim brief account to do this. I will actually just show you the whole sim brief system instead, but this is a shortcut if you know exactly what route you're looking for. So I'm going to go back here. So what the easiest thing is I found is go down here to where it says add to bid. So we're going to bid this flight, so it's added to our bids now. Makes it really easy to get to if you ever decide to log off and come back to this later. So you can go to the Dispatch and Pilot Center, and we'll go to the My Bids section here, and you'll see the flight that we just bid is right here. So you can now easily file the report, so it enters all the information you already need. You can remove it from bid if you choose not to fly it anymore, or you made a mistake, and the boarding pass is just kind of a fun little item here, so you can kind of see just some information about it. So we're going to go back here. So this is that route information. So if we open up a new window on here and go to sim brief, Now we're going to go to the dispatch system, create a new flight, and this is SimBriefs. This is where a great place to get routes is. So this is going to be, as I said, Yankee Bravo Hotel Mike, and Yankee Bravo Bravo November. Now if you'd like, for your information, you can put airline is going to be AFA. Flight number on this is 5558. This is not necessary, but it will show up then in your generated report. You've got the date selection and your departure time. Usually this sets it, I think, approximately a half hour in advance, more or less, but you can change it to whatever you like. It's just a drop down. Airframe, we are going to use the A318 today. That is going to be the Alpha Jet that we're going to fly. Now, it will put in optional entries. You can adjust these however you would like. And it'll recommend a route. These routes, I believe, come from Flight Aware, but you can also get them from SkyVector, Route Finder, and so on. I do believe that those points aren't going to be accepted, so if I do, I want to say it's this one, we'll analyze the route, and the route is valid. Now you will notice if you go, let's say, with some of these, it'll tell you, sometimes it doesn't have this airway in the system, so what you can do is either delete that out of here, or try one of the other suggested routes. So I know number 4 works, your route is valid, you can see it down here, and nice easy trip there. And once you're all satisfied, you can hit generate, and yes. So now we have our dispatcher output. This is information again that we've put in and that it's calculated. So this is all the information you need for the flight. You've got the map again, along with all the paperwork. You can go up here. There is download FMS. So if you click on that, we can download it to FSX here, and it will download. So we can use that in FSX. But you can also download it for add-ons, so you can load it right into the FMC or Flight Management Systems. We're using the Aerosoft, so we're going to also collect that file down. And then you'll want to open up a file explorer for this. So we'll have the file explorer here. We can go into the Aerosoft one. This is for the Aerosoft again. Go into the Airbus and the flight plans. And if you just click and drag, pop that window back up. You just click and drag it over, and you'll be all good there. And if you go over to Documents, there's the Flight Simulator X, and that can be dropped directly on that folder. So then we are all set to fly. So now that you've got your flight done, go to the main menu here, you can go to your dispatch center and file a pilot report, or PIREP, and you'll see all the fields here that you'll have to enter. You select an airline, enter the flight number, or you can enter in the airports, select your aircraft, and so on down here. But here is where the advantage is to bidding that flight here before we get started with the pilot report. So if you go to the pilot center, go down to where it says My Bids, you'll see the flight that we bid from earlier. You'll go here. You want to click, and you'll notice that those fields are already filled in. So online it was no, we didn't fly online there. The fuel used, this is, let's see, I'll have to go back and look at your starting fuel and compare it to the fuel that is left. This was, for me, looks to be approximately 2,056, I think, if I did my math right here real quick. The flight time, looking back at my records here, just a second. And let's say the flight time was 1 hour 17. Now you do want to do the dot, not the colon. The route you can plop in there. I'll get that pulled from SimBrief, so I'm going to pull my SimBrief back up here and go to my flight plan. Now you'll see that the route is still in there from before, so I'll just copy that over. And if you want to put any comments, feel free to do so. Once you've done that, hit File, Flight Report. And it'll say accepted. So there you have it. That is how easy it is to fill out a manual flight report. In the future, we'll be going over some of the ACAR systems and some of the other interesting features of the site. But until then, keep it tuned right here to AFA TV.